Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Oh, I think I'm frozen. What up? What up? If you could see me or hear me, what up? What up on YouTube? I don't know what the heck is going on, man. I don't know what the heck is going on. Sorry. Dang it. Technical difficulties. Oh, there we go. All right, we're back in there. Shout out to the crew. And Corey said early start today. Yeah, I was just feeling it, man. So we're gonna get we're gonna get a little afternoon session going today. And shout out to Stranger. Shout out to Harder. What up, bro? Shout out to Rick. Shout out to Pam. Harder said when we get when we get on and I get back home taking a fat dab of baby Joker. Hey, baby Joker. And Corey, what up? What up? Johnny, what up? All right, and about to go live on TikTok as well. So came here first, so we're gonna do a bowl, and then we're gonna get to some questions. And Pam said, "It's the shades doing it. Too bright, breaking shit around here, huh?" Hell yeah. Woo. Shit. Whoo, is some good shit. And Rick, he said White or Rico in the flex. Man, that one's kind of tough because I mean, I know White has a tough matchup versus San Fran, but it's like so many people are out. It's like his volume is probably going to be through the roof. And then Rico going up against the Cowboys. Cowboys haven't been horrible against the run. Let me go see. Where have they actually been? Actually, they have been pretty bad against the run. Man. This one's tough, bro. This one's tough. I think I'm gonna go Rico. It's tough, man. It's tough. And Corey said, with the YouTube studio feature, what's different about it? I'm just doing it the way that I've always been doing it. Cause I mean, nobody said anything was different. So maybe it's something that just takes a while before it starts working or something. Like, I really don't even know. Brazil. What up, bro? Said, love the shades. Hell yeah, man. It's bright out here. Whew. Whew. Stranger said, I can't get over this Hollywood hustler. Oh, man. Look, you can get even more Hollywood if someone goes crazy. I'm going to have to flip up the shades on them. Same guy, just got the accessories on. And Corey said, love the banter on the Sports Idiot Nation yesterday. Great appearance as always. Hell yeah, appreciate you. For anybody who may not have seen it, it was a good episode. It was pretty funny. We had some good laughs. You guys definitely want to check it out. I think it's like about an hour watch, but there's the link. It's me going on the Sports Idiot Nation podcast. All right, we're gonna go live on TikTok now. Let some people start showing up over there. And then get some more bull smoking. It's so funny though, the Hollywood Hus look. I like it. I like it. And yeah, Frizzo said, "Damn, the flip is crazy." I'm not gonna pull it out too often, you know. It's just, something's got to really catch my eye. And Andy, what up? Carter or Swift? I'm leaning Carter. Leaning Carter. Check the status. What up, bro? And he said, start 2, Chase Brown, Stevenson, Sharbs. Stevenson and Sharbs. And Corey said Stafford or Bryce. Stafford, baby. And Jay Bird, what up? He said, hey, bro, I've been trying to find a fantasy live stream. He said, I got a question. Hey, make sure you hit that follow button, brother. And hold on, I got to pull out, what's it called? I got to pull out the TikTok here, or the Twitch. The Twitch feed. All right, there we go. And hey, thanks for the follow, bro. If you got Amazon Prime, make sure you hit that subscribe. You can subscribe for free with Amazon Prime. All right, and Fantasy Football 101. Thanks for the super chat. You are next, my friend. And let's see, where's the question at? I said I got a question. I'm 1-4, 10-man league. I got Henry Scatabo. Wide receivers are Buka, Worthy, Pearsall, Myers, same backup running backs with upside. Sharps, Hendo, Harvey, McBride. Waller is the backup. Tried shopping McBride. Everyone's undervaluing him. Yeah, that's the way it goes. It's a 10-man league. He said, what's the move? Who should I trade? Target. We really appreciate it. Well, see, here's the thing. You being 1-4, you're not in a position of power. Like, that's one thing that you got to remember. But, like, it's a 10-man league, bro. It's going to be like almost impossible to trade because everyone's teams are going to be stacked. So the only way that you're really going to be able to trade is if you trade like 3 or 4 players for one. But you got to go find someone who's kind of in like your same position, you know, and like hopefully you have a little bit, you know, a little bit of your bench depth, you know, kind of built up. But yeah, it's going to be tough, man. 10-man leagues are really tough to trade in because everybody is stacked. That's the thing that really sucks about it. So you got to look for managers to like target. You know, I don't want to give you like a bunch of like random players you should go target because if the team's so stacked that they won't even trade, I just sent you on a fool's errand. So yeah, you got to go find the teams that are probably in your position, kind of like bottom of the league, and like try to trade like 3 or 4 players for like one good player, like one boss player. And I mean, that's the way you got to kind of try to tier up. And thanks for the follow, bro. I'm usually live around 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be live again tonight at that time. I think I'm just going to make it a normal thing of like Saturdays going live kind of earlier in the morning as well. And on TikTok, make sure you hit the follow button. As soon as you hit the follow button, leave your question right below and you'll get your question answered. And Fantasy Football 101 with the super chat on YouTube. He said, drop Cup, start Haskins or Pollard. Man, I feel like I'd go Haskins over those. Yeah, it fucking sucks, man. And Andy Carter Swift, I already answered this one. Carter. And on TikTok, let's see who just followed. Ty just followed. Did Ty leave a question? I don't see a question yet from Ty. Bob followed. Bob have a question there. Haskins or Vidal? I'm going Haskins. Let's see. I don't see a question from Ty yet. Darian followed. What up? JSN and Scat for Wilson and Rice. I kind of don't like doing trades like that. The running back wide receiver for the running back wide receiver. Yeah. So I'd say hold. Let's try to come up with a more efficient trade. And let's see. Connor. Did Connor have a question in there? Start Sutton or Johnston? I'm going Sutton as of right now. Make sure you come back. Johnson, I'm nervous about, dude. About him even playing. Let's see. Darian. Did Darian leave a question? Or no, Darian already did his. Let's see. Julian, Olave or Rice? Olave this week. Rice isn't playing yet. Next week, he'll be able to play. Or did you mean trade? And Connor, did you hear my answer? I said Sutton. All right. Make sure you hit that follow button on TikTok and then you get your question answered. And for Zill, $1 million question, Haskins or Vidal? Oh, well, hopefully you just heard me say Haskins. Not even that tough of a question for me. And really, like Vidal, he's like 2 weeks ago, he's on the practice squad. Okay. It wasn't Haskins on the practice squad. You know, they're both on the team 2 weeks ago. Corey said Mason Taylor fanning. I'm leaning Taylor. His volume's been off the charts. And Jose, Herbert or May? Leaning Herbert. And Jose said 1 flex, Golden, Born, Shahid, Bond, Brees. I'm going Born. And Corey said Caleb, Dak, T-Law, Bryce. I'm going to go T-Law. And Jay Bird said, yeah, that makes sense. But like, there any specific players I should go? Should I look at the trade block? No, you got to go. You got to go look through all the teams, and you got to find a manager who needs to trade with you. And you'll be able to tell that by looking at their team, being like, oh man, this guy's like literally got like 2 good players on his team. That's the team that you try to trade with. And said, yeah, sounds good. I'll check out more often. Yeah, I'm always live. Usually every day I'm live. Sunday I'm live before the games as well. And Johnny said, I vote for early Saturday stream so I can catch it before I leave for work. Yeah, it's going to be a normal thing on Saturdays. I don't know if it's going to, it just kind of worked into my schedule. On TikTok, don't forget, hit the follow button and then leave your question. But yeah, that's what it's going to be a normal thing on Saturdays. Probably around this time though, 10, 11 o'clock, like something like that. I'm not like, I got like shit to do like in the morning before I go live. And I think that's the thing is like finding the time when I can do all the shit that I need to do, early in the morning, still, do the dad thing and then like, hop on here. And Albert in the house, what up? Corey said, Juana Man, Johnson, Mason, Taylor, Tongs. I'm going Juana Man. Oh, yeah. Stranger said, tell him about the squares too, Huss. Yeah, Jay Bird, if you're into the squares, I host squares every single week, usually for all the primetime games, $6.90. And we got the board up right now for Sunday and both Monday games. Super fun. We have 3 $80 winners, 4 $20 winners, and 1 $180 winner. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for the reminder, Stranger. I need to keep reminding people about that. All right, let's see. Who followed? Bradford followed. Bradford said Haskins or Kendre Miller. I'm gonna go Haskins matchup plus, projecting him to be the number 1 guy. All right, hit the follow button. Don't just spam the chat. Just all you got to do is hit the follow button and then ask your question, and it will be answered. And Corbin in the house. What up? What up? Corey said Tua or Jacoby in the super flex. I'm saying Tua. It's tough, but that's where I'm going to go. And little LGs leave a question. I don't see it. Throw in the question again, little LGs. And Sean, rest of season, Flowers or Diggs? Give me the actual context behind that. Are you like trading one? Are you dropping? Like I'm leaning Diggs right like this week because there's no Lamar. And Corey said Kyler's out, of course. Yeah, man, I really hope he's not out. That would fucking suck. Because I got him in too many spots to where it would be annoying. And make sure you follow on TikTok, hit the follow button, and then you can then ask your question. Sean said trading Diggs. I wouldn't want to trade for Flowers. So no, I would just hold on that. And Matt OX, thanks for the follow. Start 2, Henderson, Kamara, Swift, Hall. I'll go Hall and I'm going to say Hall and Swift. And McKeel, thanks for the follow. Henry for Saquon. I mean, if you could get Saquon for Henry, yes. I just don't know how you're going to do that. And Flappo, QJ or Olave, full PPR. QJ still questionable. I know. That's why I'm not saying him. I'm going to say Olave. Hey, Corbin, thanks for the super chat on YouTube. Let's get it. He said, do I finally sit JMO and start Cup, Tootin, Ayo Man, or Fanning half PPR? Because Bucky out. Oh, Bucky out. Start Tootin or DeMar. So I'm gonna say sit JMO for Fanning. That's who I'm gonna say. And then with Bucky out, start Tootin or DeMar. Which DeMar are we talking about? Arizona? We talking about Arizona? Let me know. And you said DeMar dropped the ball. Oh, yeah. I'm probably going to say him. It sucks because Tootin's been so hit or miss. Let's see. Anybody else follow on TikTok? Matt OX, I put Henderson at the flex. My receivers are Myers, Flowers, Higgins, Rice. No, because who would you play him over? I feel like I'd probably want one of those receivers in the flex. Said or grab off waivers. Well, tell me give me like a list of like four or five people, Matt OX, off of waivers that you got there. And Corbin said, yeah, I agree. Thanks, bro. Yeah, sounds good, man. It's tough decisions, though. I feel you. And don't forget on TikTok, hit the follow button, and then you'll get your questions answered. Hit that like button as well. And Big Chi Chair, what up? Thanks for the follow. Share. 10 team PPR. Should I trade Gibbs for JJ and Krosky Merritt? Shit, probably. He said my RBs would be Merritt, Brees, Bucky, Rashad White, Harvey. Man, I mean, it's tough, but at least you're getting two guys who are like killing it like right now. What's your record? That would probably make me that would probably make me debate. Hit the follow button on TikTok, then you'll get your questions answered. But hit that follow button. All right. And Gustavo, Brian Thomas, or Jordan Addison rest of the season. Man, you got to give me the context. Give me the context of what you're actually doing here. Is it a trade? What is it? All right. And spam that like button, everybody. Let's see who followed. Jeremy followed. Don't forget to re-throw in your question after you follow. Jeremy said Mahomes or Allen. Ooh. This one's tough, man, because if Allen gets in the end zone on the ground, I mean, it's going to keep his floor high. I'm going to say Mahomes, though. And Big Cheese Share said 3-2. 3-2, I'm holding. If your team was more, if you had a losing record, or if you were like 1-4 or something like that, I probably would have said to do it. But I'm gonna say trust the process with you being 3-2. And Matt OX off waivers, it would be Ridley, Bond, Hollywood Brown, Shaheed, Coleman. Man, I'd probably pick up Ridley this week versus the Raiders. Hit the follow button on TikTok, then you get your questions answered. And let's see. I don't know what the dollar sign is, but dollar sign Henderson or Haskins. I'm gonna go Haskins. I'm a little bit nervous about both of these guys, but I feel more confident in Haskins. Hit the follow button on TikTok, and then you'll get your question answered. Just leave your question right below, just like Luke did just now. And Luke said Laporta or Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry has a little bit of a better matchup, but I think I'm leaning Laporta on this. All right. And hit the like button. Share the live stream on TikTok. Appreciate you. If I see someone share the live stream, I'll also answer your question right after that. Danny, what up? Keenan Allen or Stephon Diggs in standard? In standard, I'm going to go. In standard, I'm probably going to go Diggs because I feel like he has more upside. They have the same touchdown upside to me, but Diggs has more yardage upside. Keenan doesn't get a lot of yards. He just gets a lot of receptions. All right. And don't forget to hit that follow button on TikTok. Hit the follow button and spam that like button. As soon as you hit the follow button, leave your question right after and it will get answered. But don't just spam your comments. Like literally just hit the follow button, leave your question, and it will be answered. Okay, Randy just followed. Randy, leave a question. Trade Igbuka and Hall for JT and Rome. Man, I'm gonna say probably yes, because I like JT and Rome like both combined better than Igbuka Hall. Yeah, I think I would. But I really don't like making trades like that. Like I usually turn those down, but I like the side that you'd be getting a lot more. And Levi said JCM and Rice for Cook. Nah, I'm gonna hold on that. Don't do that. And Ethan, Troy Franklin or Sterling Shepard? Ooh, Sterling Shepard because of everybody's out over there. It's really just Egbuka and that's it. They really haven't been doing anything for Otten. Otten's just been blocking out there. And thanks for following on TikTok, everybody. Hit the like button. Show some love. I'm going live usually every day at 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. Eastern. But on Saturdays, I'm going to be going live kind of like early afternoon as well, or late morning if you're on the West Coast. And hit the follow button on TikTok and then ask your question, and you'll get your question answered shortly after. But yeah, building a little TikTok community. We got if anybody is interested in getting information, outside of TikTok, go to 420crew.com, and that's my Patreon, where multiple things are posted throughout the week that are going to help you with your start sit questions. And all right, I'm turning this right now because I'm about to smoke a bowl, and TikTok doesn't like the bowl smoking. So make sure you hit the follow button on TikTok, and then your question will be answered after this bowl.
All right. Fire them up.
You got perfect time. About to start a little puff give in this motherfucker.
And what up, Phil? And Pam said Walker, Kelsey, McBride, Keenan, Pollard, pick 2 tight ends and 2 flexes. I'm going to go Kelsey and McBride. McBride's got a pretty tough matchup. And then I think I'm going to go Keenan and Waller for the flexes. Waller does have a tough matchup, but I like him over Pollard, his upside. And JJ, Tet or Brees, with Brees going overseas against Denver. Well, what sucks is that Tet is going to be going up against Diggs for the Cowboys. That's not really going to be good for him either. I think I'm going Brees in this one. Yeah, both guys have some asterisks next to their name for sure in these matchups. And Bryce, what up? Should I start Jaden Daniels or Drake May? I think I'm going to start Drake May because of the injuries that are going on with Washington right now. Because Jaden Daniels hasn't really been running more. And if he was running more, I'd probably say to start him over Drake May, but just hasn't been the case. All right, let's see. We got any new followers on TikTok? Let's see. Max followed. I don't see a question for Max, though. Okay, nobody yet. Make sure you follow on TikTok and then leave your question. You'll get it answered shortly after. And hit that like button if I answered your question already. Let's see. Michael, thanks for the follow. I don't see a question from Michael just yet. And Phil said Flacco or a mid 26 third. What's your record? What's your record in the league? And I'm assuming this is super flex, right? Or else that wouldn't even be a thing. Okay, Michael said pick 2, JCM, Dowdle, or Judkins. This is tough, man. I'm gonna say JCM's in. The Dowdle or Judkins part is tough, man. I think I'm gonna go Dowdle. It's tough. And let's see. Max's question. I think I just saw Max's question. Where was it? Ertz for Kincaid. I get Kincaid. Ertz, I mean, Kincaid's got a really bad matchup, but Ertz getting a 0 last week. I mean, that like really sucks. I'm gonna say hold and try to come up with a different type of trade. And shout out to Nick Von B. What up, bro? On Facebook, said Afternoon Hustler. Said sorry I missed you when you first came on. You the man. And he said, would you give Derrick Henry the green line to play this week, even though at this point the production has been too highly hasn't been too high with the quarterback out? It depends on who you have. I want to sit Henry where I can this week, but I know it's easier said than done depending on how deep the league is. And Bryce said, also, do you start Derrick Henry or David Montgomery? Probably lean in David Montgomery. It's tough matchup for both guys, though. That's the thing that sucks. But David Montgomery, just their offense has been doing better. So, what up, B Growing Stuff? He said, pick one RB, one flex. Walker, Chase Brown, Pittman, Golden. I'm going to say Walker and Pittman, and then tight end Evan Ingram or Juwanna Man. I'm going Juwanna Man. And let me see. Back over here to TikTok. Let's see. Don't spam your questions. Hit the follow button, and then your question is going to get answered shortly after. Let's see. I answered Michael's question. Let's see. Zach. Did Zach leave a question? Dang it. Hold on. It's shot me down. Okay, Zach H is next, then Terry. Let me find Zach's question. I know I just saw it. There we go. DK, Swift, Diggs for the flex. I'm going to lean Diggs in this matchup. It's between Diggs and DK, and I'm just feeling Diggs has a little bit more upside. And leave a comment so I know that you heard my answer. And then Terry, Ingram or Tongs? I think I'm going to go Ingram. Let's see. Anybody else follow? Hit the follow button, and then your question will be answered shortly after. We'll just call you Glasses, who just followed. Florney or Coker? Well, Turpin is out, so I think I'm going to go Coker. Tough matchup for Florney. And let's see. 5X's. Did 5X leave a question? I don't see a question from 5X, but throw it in, 5X. Johnny said Kamara or a sack of dry corn. Dry corn. I mean, if you said cooked corn or corn on the cob, maybe I'm just taking the corn, but. And let's see. And David on TikTok just followed. Shout out to Lico with the fire with the lightning bolt. Thanks for the follow. I don't see the question from 5X or David. I'm gonna keep looking, but Lico said I got offered to give away Ladd, Ingram, and Chuba for Javonte QJ. My tight end is Pitts. Well, the thing that sucks is I don't know if QJ is gonna play this week. And Pitts sucks as a tight end, so I don't think so. Yeah, I would hold. I just want to. I want to get that done in a different way. That's for sure. All right, Zach Hurd said thank you, appreciate you. Peter Pan 2020 pick 3 full PPR. Genty, Jacobs, Judkins, White, Dowdle. Genty and Jacobs are in. This part's tough. The Judkins, White, and Dowdle. I think I'm leaning Rico because of the matchup. It's tough though, because you got some great matchups there. And don't forget to hit the follow button, and you'll get your question answered shortly after. Just throw it in the chat. And Phil said 8-2 in first. I've Hurts, Lamar, Penix, and Flacco. Got off at a third for Flacco. Man, I mean, I would almost hold and keep the depth just in case. just in case. You never know. You never know. If you're more of a rebuilding team, I'd say take that third, because the third is going to be whatever. Like, it's nothing special. That's going to be a high-end IDP player or a low-end wide receiver probably. And I know sometimes you can hit, but it's just the asset isn't worth that much. Like if you actually had players get hurt, like Lamar is right now, for example, and you got bye weeks coming up, and like we all know what's happened to Hurts, in the past, down the stretch. So for those reasons, I think I'd hold Flacco versus that third. Ghost Monkey, what up, bro? And let's see, back to TikTok. Don't forget, hit the follow on TikTok and then leave your question shortly after. Leave your question after, and you will get it answered shortly after. Let's see, Brandon and Matt just followed. Jacob and Connor followed. Let me see. I see Jacob's question. We'll go his first. Choice of 3 to start: Derrick Henry, Jalen Warren, Rico, Bill, Jacobs, White. Jacobs is in for sure. He's got the best matchup out of everybody. If anybody has Jacobs, don't even ask if you should start him. Just start him this week. I'm throwing in Bill, and I'm gonna go Rico. It's tough, man. It's tough. And let's see, Connor, Waller or Laporta. I'm going Laporta very slightly. Waller's got a tough matchup versus the Chargers. And Braylon, Waddle or Judkins at the flex. I'm going to play it. I think Judkins is a safer play. That's where I'm going. And if I just answered your question, leave a comment or something so I know that you heard it. And Peter Pan, did you not hear my answer earlier? Oh, this one's different. Marvin Harrison Jr., McConkey, Flowers, Dubs. I'm going to say Marvin Harrison and McConkey. Dubs would be the close third there. Okay. And Nick Von B said I had Scat play Thursday and killed it for me this week. Also in the roster lineup with Montgomery and Tootin on my bench. I sat Tracy and played Scat. More reps than he did. Yeah, there we go. And Maddox, what up? Rico or Judkins? Man, that's so tough, man. And multiple people have asked that. I'm going Rico. Cowboys have just been a better matchup. And shout out to SD Nico. Shout out. I'm from San Diego also originally. And Fields or Bryce Young. It ain't going to be Fields this week. I'll go Bryce Young. Cowboys are actually a good matchup. And Martin followed. Martin. I don't see Martin's question, though. Don't forget to get your questions answered, guys. Hit the follow button and then leave your question right after, and it'll be answered shortly after. And spam that like button. And no questions on YouTube or anything, so I'm just been looking at TikTok right now. And Go Christian, have a question. Haskins or Chase Brown? I'm going to go Haskins because Chase Brown has been super, super blah. And Johnny said Martin was such a good show. Stomping with the big dogs. Martin was such a good show. At least the first 2 seasons. Then, just as everything else starts going off the rails. For everybody listening, who was your favorite character on Martin that was like a Martin Lawrence, character, not Martin? I think my favorite has to be Jerome, man, the old school pimp. I said Jerome's in the house. Watch your mouth. Yeah, Gus Monkey said Jerome too. He was the best, right? All right, let me see. I'm looking on TikTok to see who followed and then looking for your questions. Brittany followed. Ayo Man or Haskins? Ooh, Ayo Man could have a good game, but I think I'm going to go Haskins here. Johnny said, Shanae. Hell yeah. Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he didn't. Yeah, Hard Earth throwing in the super chat said, "Dab it up." There we go. I'll bring a little excitement to the show, won't it? Yes, got my Dr. Dabber 2.0. We got it ready. Whoa, where is it? There you go. We got it ready. All right. And Maddox, no way. Is this the Maddox from TikTok? He said, please help. Judkins, Bill, or Montgomery. If I'm just choosing one, I'm choosing Bill. And Ghost Monkey said, what's the little dude's name? Roscoe. Yeah, with the snotty nose. Fucking Roscoe. Oh, man. I can't even remember some of his lines, but he was just always talking shit to Pam. Or not to Pam, to Gina. Always talking shit. And Nick Von B, have you heard anything whether Gainwell or Warren is starting this Sunday? It's going to be Warren, man. Warren has no injury designation, so he's going to be the starter. But if we remember back to like week 1, like you just go back that far when everybody was healthy, it was still a split between those guys. So I don't like, for everyone who picked up Gainwell thinking he was going to be the shit, like maybe he won't be the shit, but he'll still be an okay flex, I feel. Because he's gonna get what's it called? He's gonna get some pass work, and he could potentially be in there on some goal line work as well. And that's really all you can ask for out of a flex guy, is that they may have some opportunities for double-digit touches, which I feel like he does. It may be a long shot, but I feel like he does have that opportunity and has the opportunity for red zone touches. Okay, and everybody on TikTok, make sure you follow. Have some patience, though, because there's a bunch of questions, and I got to go through the chat slow to make sure I don't miss anybody here. And Marquise with the super chat on YouTube said, Fleece, 2 and 3, 12 team PPR, Diggs, Harvey for Lamb and Hill. Hill's not coming back to play this year. So, but like Harvey's kind of like whatever, So I don't think it's a fleece. I feel like Harvey and Hill are kind of both irrelevant. Harvey, obviously, like at least a little bit relevant, But no, I guess I don't understand like that trade really. All right, and here we go. The dab for Hard Earth. Thank you, sir. All right, here we go. And Pam, Young, Knicks, Gabriel start 2. I'm going to say Young and Knicks. Young has a good matchup. Knicks, the matchup isn't as bad as we would originally think. Hard Earth said traded Pollard for Warren. I like it. I'd rather have Warren, I feel. Maddox, hey Maddox, that is you who came over on YouTube, huh? Yeah, thanks, bro. YouTube's way more legit than TikTok, that's for sure. Oh shit, hold on, I'm doing a dab right now. TikTok, we got to turn you away. Chris said, he's do flexes. There you go. He gets like over. Damn. Woo. Fuck. Sorry, that was a fat dab. Oh. Shit, that would have me seeing stars for a second. Yeah, and if anybody wants to get your question answered quicker on TikTok, come over to YouTube. Fantasy Football Hustler is what you is where you find me. And tell me that you came from TikTok. Johnny says, shit, I got high just watching that. Whew. Oh, all right. There's a lot of questions on TikTok. I'm going to try to catch up. It's tough. Sorry. There's a lot of spammers who are in the chat right now. And I don't think I ever answered this for Chris. I'm going to say Michael Carter and Kendrick Bourne is where I'm leaning. And Cam said Ridley or Shepard at the flex. Ridley. Corey said start one, Goff, T-Law, Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. I'm going Goff, though. And Pam said Love, Young, Dak, pick 2. Not sure if you saw this one. Yeah, I said Love and Young. Or maybe I didn't, but that's who I'm saying. And Ghost Monkey, Ridley or Bourne? I'm probably going Bourne. Hey, Bees, what up, bro? And he said, what up? He said, Shade's looking like Fear and Loathing. Hey, man, just gotta keep it ice cold around here. And Ghost Monkey said, Dowdle or Bill? I'm going Bill. Little Bill, that's so funny, man. Good callback. Little Bill. The people on TikTok, does anyone know who Little Bill is on TikTok? And Corey said, B Wags or Jordan Brooks. Man, why you got to do me like that, Corey? These are like 2 of my favorite linebackers, like maybe of all time in like my fantasy football IDP Hall of Fame. I'm going to say Jordan Brooks because what's his name is out. What the fuck is his name? Help me. Somebody help me. Who's the other guy on the Dolphins? The other linebacker. I'm spacing on it right now. The fat dab is blowing my mind. Dodson. There we go. Dodson. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. Could not think of it to save my life right now. It's on the tip of my tongue too, because I had to put him out on the man. I got him on so many dynasty teams, like man. And he's just been a lock and load there. Jordan Brooks. There's only one bad game. All right. Let me see. I'm gonna try to go through, see who followed on TikTok. And Monk said, "Puff puff pass." Let's get it. Let's see. Addy, Herbert or Stafford? Great matchups. Going Stafford. And Avery said, "What's the YouTube Fantasy Football Hustler?" Or if you're typing it in at FF Hustler 420. But yeah, if you come to YouTube, you get your questions answered quicker. And Addy said, "For real, pass that shit, homie." Hell yeah. Addy, I'll take the blinker for you, bro. But yeah, everybody on TikTok, come over to YouTube, Fantasy Football Hustler. And Rhino followed. London or Pickens? I'm going London. Carolina's been tough against the wide receivers. Let me see. Benjamin, should I start Caleb or Bo Nix? Ooh. I'm going to say Bo Nix. And Benjamin, throw in a comment so I know that you saw it. On TikTok, hit the follow button and then ask your question, and you get your question answered shortly after. And Phil said, my dude Tyrell, dude, it sucks, man. Dodson fucking hurt, man. It sucks. It really does. And Karosh, Daniel Jones or Bo Nix rest of the season. Dude, in a single QB league, I guess like rest of season to me is still just this week, because like anything can happen and you'd pick them up. Like, why drop either one? Like, give me the context if you're not just like dropping one for the other. And the Noodle Plug, what up, Noodle Plug? And A Rush followed also. A Rush said Kamara or Haskins. I'm going Haskins, but come back tomorrow, because I mean, I don't know if Kamara is going to play or not. Like that's why I'm saying Haskins so easily right now. So come back tomorrow morning. I'll be live tomorrow morning. And let's see, Noodle Plug, Chase for Igbuka. Like, give me the context though. Is this a trade or like what? I'm assuming it's got to be a trade, but is it just like a straight up 1-for-1 Chase for Igbokwe trade. Is that what it is? Okay, it's then straight up 1-for-1, right? Like nobody else is in the mix. I feel like I would rather have Igbokwe, but I really don't want to trade Chase for Igbokwe. I want to figure out how to get them both on the team. Like Chase showed last week that he's him, even with a shitty quarterback. So I really don't want to trade one for the other. I want to figure out a way to get Igbokwe without giving up Chase. And Noodle Plug said, would that even make sense, or would you keep Chase since Evans is coming back? Well, yeah. See, I mean, Evans and Godwin are both eventually going to come back, So I don't want to give up Chase. I just don't want to do it. He was your first round pick, more than likely. And and Johnny said Chase could go bonkers with Elite Joe. And even though Joe Flacco sucked, I mean, that's still Joe Flacco on the Browns sucking, not on the Bengals. So yeah, I'm just not giving up Chase. I want to figure out another way to make that happen. And Bees said Haskins, Hunt, or Harvey. It ain't Harvey. I'll get him out of the mix. So it's really between Haskins and Hunt. And Haskins has the way better matchup, but Hunt has been super, super efficient. Like that's the thing. I think I got to go Haskins with this matchup though. Especially, that Dolphins just, it's not just Dodson that's out. He doesn't even make that much of a difference. He's just making tackles in the secondary anyways. But yeah, the way that Miami's been playing and everything, and the way that the Chargers been playing, and I just think he's going to be the 1A. I don't think Vidal is going to be as involved as a lot of people think, especially in this first game. Like we're talking about Vidal 2 weeks ago was on their practice squad. He wasn't even good enough to stay on their actual team. So that's why I think like this game is going to be a heavy Haskins load. And Jamie said, wait, shit, weren't you doing the show tonight? I'm going to still do the show tonight. I'll be there. I'll be there. All right. And, but yeah, don't worry, Jamie, we'll be there. And Martin, Judy or Shepard for the flex. I don't want to do Judy. I can't. Like he's got to show something first. I'd rather take the dart throw on Shepard. Because it's not a horrible matchup, and because like everybody's out. It's like Igbokwe and him, and that's it. And White, that's it. And Keith said, am I good to drop Rashad White when Trey Benson is off the IR? Well, neither one doesn't have to do with the other. Rashad White's the backup for Bucky. So I'd say no. And Jason on Facebook, Knicks, Jones, or Darnold? Which Jones, bro? There's multiple Joneses. I think I'm leaning Darnold though. And Stranger said the Clowns receivers dropped 10%. Flacco won't have that issue with the Bengals. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like even the Joe Flacco that we saw, that was the Browns Joe Flacco, not the Bengals Joe Flacco. And Jamie said, damn, I just had a trade offer that was good value for me, but I think I want to decline. What's your thoughts? Giving Igbokwe for A-Chain and a late 26 first. I mean, I guess it would depend on how bad I needed a running back, because I feel like that is fair value. But that I don't fuck around with like just fair value, because Igbokwe is the better fantasy asset, But if I needed a running back, like to potentially win a championship and you're getting the first, like, yeah, I think it's a smart move if you're super running back needy. But I probably would decline it if I wasn't running back needy, because I would rather have Igbokwe, especially if I'm going for the championship. It really depends on that RB. And let's see. We'll just call this Dash. What up, Dash? Trade McBride for Brees. Don't want to trade him, but my RB2 is Kendre Miller Chubb. Ugh, yuck. Well, who's your other tight end? Throw that in the mix, because you didn't say who your other tight end was. And Karosh, you think Pacheco will be good at all this season, or is he droppable? Fuck, man. Like, I mean, I've been holding him in a couple redraft leagues, and it's like every week it's like, man, is this the week that I get rid of Pacheco? I feel like I want to hold, but it's getting to that point, man, where like he's almost not rosterable. Like there's just no point, You know, it's like Kareem Hunt or something. Like he would have to get hurt or something. Like, I don't know. Like they hate him. They hate him. And Dash said Hunter Henry. I don't know if I would trade McBride. I feel like I would rather trade Hunter Henry. Well, I guess if someone wants, I would rather trade 2 for 1 to get a running back. Maybe that person's just not the best trade candidate. Like not trade candidate, but best trade partner. All right, 1 second, YouTube peeps. I'm gonna jump back to TikTok here. Let's see who followed on TikTok. Jake followed. Waddle, Dobbins, Johnston in the flex. This one's tough, man. I'm gonna say Waddle as of now, but that's because we don't know if Quentin Johnston's gonna play or not. But come back tomorrow, we'll know for sure. And everyone golfs. What up? And he shared the live stream. What up? You the man. Where's your question at? Everyone golfs. Well, you're the man. I don't see a question, but if you got a question, throw it in there. Appreciate it, bro. But yeah, anybody who wants a question, make sure that you hit the follow button and make sure, I mean, if you share the live stream, that's a plus, and then just leave your question and it'll get answered shortly after. Just like Charlie, who just followed right now. Brees or Waddle? Tough matchups for both guys. Tough matchups for both guys. Kind of leaning Brees. I'm kind of leaning Brees. It's tough though, man. Both these guys have tough matchups. And let's see. And Martin on YouTube, Brashard or Pacheco this week. Fuck. If it's literally between those two guys, I'm going Pacheco. But yeah, that's just shitty. And Junk Buster, trade JCM for Travis Etienne. No. Don't do that. Just hold. And Gabriel, Garrett Wilson, and Jefferson for Puka. No, it's a lot, but it's like, how much do you like Puka? Because I like him a lot. Luckily I drafted him a lot, but I feel that's so much, man. And Jefferson's been doing really good too. Like, that's the thing. It's not like Jefferson's been horrible. So no, I don't think I would. And everyone golfs. Mason Taylor, Waller, or Laporta. Man, this one's tough because all three guys have bad matchups. Mason Taylor gets the most has been getting the most targets out of these guys. Man, this is tough. I think I'm going to go Waller for the touchdown upside. It's tough, though, man. You got 3 great options there. And Patrick said, should I start Michael Carter or Jalen Warren? I'm leaning Michael Carter. It's a really tough matchup for Warren. He's going to need a lot of PPR work. Let me know if you heard my answer, Patrick. That's Patrick D. And don't forget, hit that follow button. Hit that follow button and then ask your question. It'll get answered shortly after. Okay, Patrick heard. Everyone golf said, thanks, bro. Yes, sir. Thanks for following, guys. I'm live usually every day. Follow on YouTube if you guys are into YouTube at all. Fantasy Football Hustler. You'll get your questions answered faster on YouTube than TikTok more often than not. And who just followed? Little Bosch. What up? I'll be looking for your question, Little Bosch. And Phil says Sanders on the IR. Not that matters. Yeah, fucking Sanders sucks. And Little Bosch. Rashad White or Rico Dowdle. Man, this one's tough. This is going to be a big flex question this week. I know a lot of people are debating between those guys. I feel like I got to go Dowdle and play the matchup. It's very close, so. Hit the follow button and then leave your question. It'll get answered shortly after. And Nick on YouTube, would you trade Devontae Adams for Genty? If you needed a running back like really bad and like Devontae was like, you know, maybe like your second or third, I'd be okay doing that. But this is a super team specific trade. Like you really need to have, like if you need a running back, yeah, I would do that. But Devontae better not be your best wide receiver though. All right, little Bosch said salute. Yes, sir. And Connor just followed. Connor said Monty or Haskins. Like, there's a lot of people that I would start Haskins over, but I feel like Monty's been doing so good that I don't want to get cute because I feel like even in not so good matchups, Monty's safe. And so I'm going to play it safe and I'm going to say Monty. All right. And make sure you hit that like button, everybody, and hit the follow on Twitch, and then leave your question, and it will get answered shortly after. And Gabriel, did I answered that right? Did you hear me answer that? Okay, yeah. And where was I? Karosh, drop Pacheco, Daniel Jones, or Mason Taylor for Bo Nix. He said, I already have Ferg, but I feel like Taylor could be good. You're right. Yeah, like Taylor. Yeah. I feel like I'd try to trade Taylor for anything before dropping him. And he's probably the one out of everybody. Like, and what sucks is like, you know, most leagues you have that trade period or whatever. So that just kind of sucks. Yeah, I guess Pacheco in that case. Yeah, fuck. It sucks to say, but. And Johnny said, I keep forgetting that Mason Taylor is Jason Taylor's kid. Bro, he's got some dope lineage. Jason Taylor's son and Zach Thomas's nephew. Like, he's got some crazy blood running through his veins right now, man. Can't be denied. Cannot be denied. And Be Grown Stuff, Juwanna Man makes me nervous with Taysom Hill and Moreau back. Yeah, but Taysom Hill doesn't do the same thing. You know, like I know that he might take some touches away from Juwanna Man, but it's not going to be like he's taking routes away from Juwanna Man. You know, like the opportunities are still going to be there for Juwanna Man. Maybe not in the red zone, but I don't know if they ever were there in the red zone. And let's see. Connor followed, right? And he said, what about the start and sit Devontae Adams this week with the Storm? I mean, day of is when we'll get into weather stuff. So just make sure that you are here like day of, because I go live before the games. And Corey said, don't ask Jamie who's related to Mason Taylor. Right? Jamie's going to go on a super huge ass tangent. And Wilson, what up? Did Wilson leave a question? Thanks for the follow. I don't see Wilson's question, but I'll be looking for it though. And hit the follow on TikTok and then leave your question. It'll be answered shortly after. Harder to have the Cowboys or any better streamers. He said there's the Browns, the Titans, the Bucks, the Lions, the Chargers. I'd probably just go the Cowboys versus the Panthers, yeah. And Be Grown Stuff. I dropped Gordon for Blue. Yeah, not mad at that at all. And Fiji, Love or Caleb? I'm going Love. And Nick said I got CD and Chase for wideouts. My running backs are A-Chain and Travion. Yeah, so you need right. Well, yeah, but like CD's out. I know he might be back, you know, in a week or two, but who else do you have for wide receivers? And Corey said Mac Jones or Bryce tomorrow. Probably going Bryce. Pam said Ladd or Diggs. This one's tough. I'm going Ladd versus Miami, especially because of QJ potentially not playing. Pam said Ladd, Marvin, or Diggs. Ladd for sure. Man, it's tough between Marvin and Diggs. I'm gonna go. Damn, and a lot's riding on Kyler as well. I'm going to say Diggs for now, but make sure you come back tomorrow, Pam. I'm sure you will. Let's see who else followed. And Soccer Mariano, what up? He said, how you doing, man? And he said, should I what the hell? And he said, should I start Swift or ETN for the flex? I'm gonna say ETN. All right, sounds good, Pam. Okay, let's see who followed on TikTok. Hit the follow button and then leave your question. It'll get answered shortly after. Let's see. Wilson, but I don't see Wilson's question. We'll see if it comes up. Your local ask hole followed. Let's see. Did local ask leave a question? I don't see it. Javier, leave a question. Connor said one more question. Juwanna Man Johnson or Mason Taylor? I'm gonna go Mason Taylor, but it's pretty damn close because that's a really great matchup for Juwanna Man. But I think the volume is gonna be on Mason Taylor's side. And Angel followed on TikTok. I don't see an Angel question, but make sure. Oh, there we go. You're local. Baker or Herbert? Ooh, that one's tough. I'm gonna go Herbert because Miami's been giving up extreme booty to the quarterback position. And Phil said, is anyone going to a game tomorrow? Yeah, good question. I'm definitely not here in I'm not going to the Vegas game. And Frank on Patreon, Brees, Judkins, or Pollard? Leaning Judkins. And then Warren or Kraft? Man, that one's tough. I'm going to say Kraft because the matchup, but man, it's like impossible to sit Warren though. And Johnny said Swift's only good in the hustler formats where we get double PPR points. Yeah, exactly. In regular formats, just like Chase Brown, just been like so garbage. And Nick, Godwin, and Juwanna Man Jennings and Franklin. Fuck, man. Nah, you can't trade Javonte Adams yet. You can't. Like, you'd be helping your running backs and fucking your wide receivers at the same time. Nah, you can't do that. John said, should I trade for Rice? My other running backs are Genty, Hampton, Scatterbo, Woody. Well, who would you be trading? Was there any trade part of that question there? And Worthier on Twitch. I got Pollard, Javonte, Chase Brown all on bye in week 10. Need to find trade. I only have Gibbs and Bigsby. I mean, but you might be able. I mean, you don't have to find a trade. You might find a running back on waivers before then. And even having Bigsby, like, yeah, it's still one spot though. So I've been trying to trade Pollard, even worse running back Charbonnet, but there's no one biting. It's because it's a 10-man league, I'm assuming. Should I try to trade Brown or Williams? Man, I mean, I don't know who's gonna want. I mean, if you're talking Chase Brown, like, I don't think you could try to trade him, but yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna want him. I think you just got to stay tough on waivers, is what you got to do, or you got to find the person. But you're not gonna trade a running back for a running back, though. Like, you got to trade a wide receiver for a running back or something like that. And you got to find someone who's super like wide receiver needy but has running backs. All right. I'll be on for a couple more minutes here. We're live for a little bit more than an hour already. And let's see. Anybody else follow on TikTok? Hit the follow button on TikTok, and then you'll get your question answered. So just leave it right after. Lincoln just followed. Trade CMC and Dak for Bijan. Hell no, man. CMC's been doing so good. Nah, don't do it. Maddox just followed. What up, Maddox? Leave your question. Jamie said, never fuck the wide receivers, only fuck the tight ends. Hey, yo. All right. Sounds good, Johnny. You the man. Hey, Minnesota Marty in the house. What up, bro? Don't forget on TikTok, hit the follow and then ask your question. It'll be answered shortly after. All right. And Worthier said, my wide receiver room is Wilson, Waddle, Debo, and Golden. Yeah. I mean, if you could find someone who really thinks that Golden's gonna do good this week, you might be able to trade him off. I guess what sucks is unless it's a league where the commissioner pushes it through, it's gonna be tough. And let's see, Jack followed. Jack said Fanning or Andrews this week. I'm gonna go Fanning. It's tough to play Andrews with the backup QB over there. Don't spam the chat. Just hit the follow button and leave your question. It'll get answered shortly after. Let's see. Tyler just followed. Aiden just followed. Tyler says Justin Jefferson for Kyren and Wandale fair. Well, I don't like fair trades. I really don't. Mutually beneficial is one thing. But I don't think it's a fair trade now. Because I'd rather have Jefferson. And Phil said my son's a Seahawks fan. He's about to go to boot camp, so we're gonna go catch him in Jacksonville. Nice. That's a good pre-boot camp present. And John said, should I trade Bill for Rice? Nah, I don't think so. And Sam said, start Carter or Stevenson. Carter, but it's tough. That one's tough. Corey says, start 3, Luvu, Devin White, Devin Bush, Mac Wilson. I'll leave Devin Bush on the sideline. John said Fields or Knicks. It's going to be a really bad matchup for Fields. Corey said Mason Taylor or Tongs. I'm going to go Mason Taylor. It's tough, though. It's tough. All right, let's see if anybody followed over on TikTok. I think I answered Tyler's question. Did Aiden leave a question? Genty or Bill? I'm going Genty. Maddox. Did Maddox leave a question? I don't see your question, Maddox, if you asked one. SoFi followed. Saucy followed. Start Rashad White or Bill. I got CMC and Dowdle in. I'm going to say Bill. Let's see. Anybody else? Hit the follow button on TikTok. You get your question answered shortly after. Don't spam the chat with a question. Just hit the follow. If you don't want to follow, no worries, but I'm going to keep skipping over the questions. And Maddox, where's your question? And Maddox said, dude, bro, rage bait. Where's your question at, Maddox? I didn't see it. I said that I didn't see it. Throw it in again. Throw your question in, Maddox. I spammed it. Well, I don't know what's going on. Just throw it in again. I didn't see it. Just throw it in again. And Dill said I followed. You didn't answer me. There's people spamming. Just throw it in again. Maddox said A-Chain, DJ Moore, for Igbuka, Hampton, 2 and 3. No. Because Hampton's not. He's not going to be playing. He's not going to be playing for weeks. So no. And Jaws, Pitts or Ertz? Man, both suck this week. Ertz. I'd try to get Mason Taylor off waivers, though. And Nick said Sam Darnold or Mac Jones. I'm going Sam Darnold. And Sam on YouTube, rest of the season, JJ or Igbuka. Give me the context. Corey said start 2, Devin Bush, Demario Davis, Levante David. Man, Levante David still got the Q next to his name. That may be a tomorrow question. I'm going to say Demario Davis and Levante David for now. Johnny said Chargers are interested in Kamara, so I'm worried Hampton's injury may be longer than just 4 weeks. Yeah, that could be Fugazi, though. And Nick, are you still spamming the chat? You didn't hear my answer? All right. Hit the follow button on TikTok and then leave your question. Then it'll get answered shortly after. It's the people spamming the chat that are making it hard for me to keep up with the chat. And Dill, throw your question in again if you're still there. Sam said full PPR. Who would you rather have? Both. I want both of them. I don't want to have to choose between those guys. So I'm saying I gotta have more context. Winter Kelly, Juwan or Evan Ingram? I'm gonna say Juwan a man, but I do like Evan Ingram this week. And Marco, what up? I don't remember if I shouted you out or not. Where is it? Hold on.
Good night, future boy.
All right. I think we're going to shut it down here on TikTok. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time. We'll be live later tonight. All right. There we go. Now smoke a bowl before I get out of here on YouTube. And Frank, he said Harvey, Butte, D Brown, T Johnson, or A Pierce. Man, that's all bad. That's all bad. That's all bad, bro. I think I'm gonna say Alec Pierce on that. That's ugly, bro. That is ugly. Oh shit, there's more. Frank, another one. Diggs, Garrett Wilson, Pollard, Warren. Diggs, Garrett Wilson. No, Diggs. Yeah, Diggs, Garrett Wilson. And then Mayfield or Herbert. I'm Herbert. And we're smoking bowls of Herbert as well. We got to smoke a bowl. And Frank said Fant or Mayer. Fant. And John, Caleb or May? I think I'm leaning May slightly. And Sam said trade where team 1 receives JJ, team 2 receives Igbuka, just a 1-for-1. Yeah, see, I don't even want to do a trade like that. Like, I really don't. I want to figure out a way to get them both on the same squad, not trade one for the other. Unless you just like Igbuka more than JJ and you just kind of want to trade for him to like cheer for him, you know, like, I mean, that's whatever. Like, that's an okay reason to do it because they're both like so similar in my eyes. But yeah, I want to get them both on the same team. I don't want to trade one for the other because both guys have been balling. Harder said gonna take a break from making my chicken. Said since you smoke a bowl with everybody before we go. Smoke a bowl. And who in the chat? Who in the YouTube chat is a fan of movies? I need to find more movie buffs because have you guys heard about me talking about the Silver Screen Breakdowns podcast that me and Vanessa have been doing, our new rendition? We're going to be doing a lot of watch-alongs, and now it's going to be everything's going to be posted on Patreon first, and you can be a free member and you'll still get access to everything right now, but we need to build up our movie community. So I'm going to throw in the link here for our most recent watch along. It is Ace Ventura. And there's going to be more. I'm not sure what. I think we might do Freddy versus Jason next. I'm not exactly sure what Halloween movie we're going to do. But does anybody have a Halloween movie suggestion for us? And yeah, you can subscribe for free over there on Patreon. Eventually, you have to be a paid member to be involved, but we want to build up the community for a little bit, and then hopefully, we get some people upgrading to the $10 a month, because we want to do this more. Because I know it would be fun, and I know there's way more people into movies than into fantasy football. I mean, I know that much. We just got to find the peeps. And Johnny said that first Rob Zombie Halloween movie was dope. Yeah, that's definitely one that is potentially in the mix, because I like that one too. And also, still, I think I've still only seen that like once or twice. I think I've still only seen that once or twice. Marco said, do a Halloween marathon for the silver screen breakdowns. Man, I mean, that one would... There's a lot of Halloween movies, but I guess I feel like I don't want to watch. I mean, I probably am going to watch them all. I don't know if Vanessa's going to do them all with me, but, maybe if I'm going to watch them all, might as well do them all. And Amir, Olave or Judkins? This one's tough. I'm going to say Olave has higher upside. And Corbin, AO Man or Shakira? I'm going to say AO Man, but it is close. I feel like Shakira gets a fluky touchdown, but not a lot of volume. Johnny said the kid who plays the young Michael Myers nailed the role for sure. For sure. And Phil said good one. And Corbin said, yeah, the Rob Zombie, the Rob Zombie Halloween was badass. For sure it was. So is that the one that we should do? Yeah, it's funny because Vanessa was like, I don't want to go back and watch like the first, like the original Halloween or the original Nightmare on Elm Street. She's like, so old, so boring. She was like, maybe if we start getting some members who, she said, maybe if we start getting some members and then they request it, she was like, I probably will, but. And Harder said, I watched the Ace one. Said it was a fun time. Be there to watch. He said, does the Synergy, does Sigourney Weaver's Alien count as a Halloween genre? Probably not. Probably not. I don't think so. But just if you're on the Silver Screen Breakdowns Patreon, I mean, I put a post for movie suggestions. I would love for people to go over there and leave some comments on movie suggestions. I'm gonna throw in the link. And like I said, I mean, everything is free right now. Like, you just have to be a member, and you can be a free member. But we just want to get the community built up, because I know there's a bunch of people who are into movies as much as me. Marco said, watch Funny Games. What the fuck is Funny Games? The hell is Funny Games? But yeah, let me see. I think we only have, we don't have too many members over there right now. I mean, everything is just building up for the very first time. And I feel like we've got some members and some people already, like canceled or something. Who the hell knows? But yeah, just get on over there. Get on over there. There we go. Johnny just joined. You the man. You the man. Yeah, let me see. Maybe I just need to do a little refresher on this and remind people. Throw in some suggestions. Okay. All right. And Stranger said, I really do recommend Hotel Transylvania. Okay. Okay. That was the cartoon, right? All right. And everybody stay through the credits. I'm going to get up out of here. Thanks for rocking. Shout out to Chris Patriot Sports and Justin Pickle in a Jar, the executive producers of the show. Shout out to the producers, co-producers. Shout out. Shout out to the associate producers. Then shout out to the epic and the awesome supporters. We'll see you a little later, 6 p.m. West Coast time, 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. We'll see you there. Peace out, everybody.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Here comes the